small, nagging thing you keep putting off? Yeah, that one. You ignore it, and then you ignore it some more. And pretty soon, in your head, it's not a small issue anymore, is it? Nope, it's a monster. Well, today, we're gonna dive right into that exact feeling. I mean, really think about it. It could be that tough conversation you need to have, or that project that's way overdue. Maybe it's just that weird noise your car's been making. The longer you let it go, the bigger and scarier it seems to get, right? This isn't just you, it's a real pattern of human behavior. And guess what? That pattern actually has a name. We call it the caterpillar problem. It's this all too human tendency to let our own imagination and fear blow up a totally manageable problem into some terrifying, paralyzing monster. So, to really get a handle on this, let's walk through a simple fable. Our story kicks off in a pretty familiar way: a comfortable, safe home, and then a sudden, terrifying interruption. This is where the whole problem starts. So, picture this. You've got this rabbit just living his life, everything's fine. Then one day, he comes back to his own cave, his safe space, and he hears this deep, booming voice coming from the darkness. It's a voice that absolutely does not belong there, and it just sounds menacing. His home has been invaded by a total unknown. And this is what the voice says. I mean, the sheer audacity of that claim. I can crush an elephant with a single blow. The rabbit's probably never even seen an elephant, let alone something that could crush one. His imagination just goes into overdrive, picturing this unbelievable beast lurking in the shadows of his home. The poor rabbit is terrified. So he does what any of us might do, right? He runs for help. He goes to find the biggest, strongest, toughest animals in the entire forest because he's convinced that only they could possibly stand up to a monster this scary. But then, look what happens. The rabbit flees, which, okay, that makes sense. But then a tiger, hears the boast, and he runs away too. And then the rhino, this absolute tank of an animal, does the exact same thing. Fear is contagious. The idea of the monster, just its reputation, is enough to send the strongest creatures running for the hill. So you see these two paths laid out, clear as day. The tiger and the rhino, they chose fear. They avoided the cave, they completely bought into the boast, and they just let that fear grow and grow. But there's another path, the path of courage. And that's about confronting, questioning, and actually trying to find the truth. And this is where our story takes a really interesting turn. After all the so-called powerful animals have fled, someone very small, someone you'd probably overlook, hops into the picture to show us that other path. It's a frog. Yeah, a little frog. It hears the story. It hears the big, scary boast, and it sees the other animals shaking in their boots. But instead of running, the frog decides to do the one thing nobody else thought to do: just go and see for itself. This isn't about muscles or size. This is a completely different kind of strength. And let's be clear, the frog wasn't fearless. It was probably terrified. But this is so important. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the choice you make to act in spite of the fear. It's choosing curiosity over catastrophe. So, with its little heart probably pounding out of its chest, the frog hops right up to the mouth of that dark cave. It calls into the darkness, challenging the same thunderous voice that made a tiger and a rhino run away. Okay, so what was it? After all this buildup, what creature could possibly live up to that terrifying claim? The moment of truth has finally arrived. A tiny caterpillar. That's it. That was the monster. Just a little caterpillar, all puffed up with bravado. using the cave's echo to make its voice sound huge. It was never a monster. It was a complete and total bluff. And this is the absolute heart of the fable. The actual danger was practically zero, but the fear of the danger, oh, that was very, very real. It paralyzed the rabbit. It sent the strongest animals in the forest running. The perceived threat was way more powerful than the actual one ever could be. So, how do we stop being the tiger and start being the frog in our own lives? Well, this little story gives us a surprisingly practical blueprint for how to face down the monsters hiding in our own caves. It really boils down to 3 steps. First, you have to acknowledge the fear. Don't pretend the scary voice isn't there. Second, question your assumptions. Ask yourself, can this thing really crush an elephant? Is it as bad as I'm making it out to be? And third, just take one small step. You don't have to charge in and fight a monster. You just have to peek inside the cave. And that's really the bottom line here. We all have these caterpillars in our lives. You know, that email you've been dreading sending, that budget you need to finally look at, that awkward conversation you have to have. They feel monstrous for one simple reason, because we give them power by avoiding them. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. What's the thunderous voice in your life right now? What monster have you accidentally built up in your own mind? Because chances are, if you can just be the frog, if you can just take that one small step forward, you'll find it's not a monster at all. It's just a caterpillar.